Hey, g'day guys, it's Adam from VideoShowMeHow, and in this video, no DIY, we're going to be checking out the new one from BLUETTI. This is the Elite 200 V2. You may have seen in the power bank series on the channel. There's a whole playlist there, you can go check them out. We've had a few from BLUETTI there before. This is the new one. We are out and about on the beach, out for a bit of a camp, and you can see the back of the D-Max is looking very different, and this thing is powering everything that we've got going on here at the moment as far as induction and kettles and all sorts of stuff. So I thought while I was here, I'd do a bit of a review, a bit of an overview of how it all works and show you it in action. So without further ado, let's get started. So the quickfire overview is this is the Elite 200 V2. You can see on here we're 2073 watt hours, so it is a bigger one. The big thing though for me is this thing is 40% smaller than its predecessor, which is pretty massive. Like for perspective, this thing is almost tiny as for the size of it. For something that is putting out 2000 watt hours, this thing is an absolute monster. I love the form factor, the fact that you've got a couple of big grab handles on either side. It is LiPo 4, so it is a little bit weighty, but you can't get away with that. And if you need the energy density, it's going to weigh a bit. This thing though, I don't know how they've done it, but compared to some of the other ones, and you probably can see on the channel there as well, this thing is much smaller. Even having a look at, in comparison to, you've seen on the channel, the AC 180. Now this one's a little bit different as far as it's got the little modules inside here, currently running our fridge over here at the moment, but the size of that in comparison is way bigger. And the fact that they've been able to squish all of the wizardry, all the technology into something that is heaps smaller, that's pretty awesome. This one also is up to 2600 watts now as well, a little bit more than the others, and you have a power uplift. It'll do up to 3900 watts. You can do up to 7 charging outputs all at the same time, which is pretty awesome. You got your DC, your USB-Cs, and your AC all simultaneous. It has something they call turbo boost charging, and you'll see that in the app and a little bit later in the video, but you can select which modes you want. We've got it on just eco there at the moment, but you've got options where in the turbo boost mode, you can charge this guy to 80% from flat in only just over an hour, which is pretty awesome. Perfect for the last second, I'm about to go on a trip and I forgot to charge it, so you can get a heap of charge in it really quick. The cell chemistry is LiPo 4, so you're getting up to 6,000 cycles at to 80% capacity. So you can discharge this sucker 6,000 times and you're still going to have 80%. So this thing is good to go for literally decades. And then finally, the other thing for me is this guy has a 5-year warranty, which is awesome to see. Some of the others are much less. 5 years, BLUETTI standing behind their product. Right, so if we get on to how power comes out of this guy, we've got a bunch of options. You can do 7 all at the same time, like we said there before. And we have our standard output here. This is our cigarette lighter plug, up to 10 amps there. We have 4 USBs here in the middle. You've got a couple of USB-Cs, and these guys are PD chargers up to 100 watts. So if you want to charge laptops, anything like that, even super fast charge your phones, you're good to go there. You've got 2 options. You have a couple of the USB-As, and these are a fast charge as well, in at the 15 watts there each. And then from an AC perspective, you do have a couple of ports here as well, which is pretty cool. It is pure sine wave, of course, up to 2600 watts, but you do have that power uplift, which basically means the wizardry in here, the smarts and the BMS, will be good to push that startup current up to 3900 watts on anything. So think about, you could if you're running like a power tool, a welder or anything like that has a big startup current, even things like, you know, it's not for me, but you know, if you're taking blenders or something to camp, that sort of stuff will run on these guys because of that power uplift up to almost 4000 watts at 3.9. So that's pretty cool as well. Right, if we flick over to power in, there's a few different options. Of course, we can do our AC. So if we come around to our side here as well, you've got a standard plug there. The pleasing thing with these is there is no more power bricks or anything like this. This is the casing that you get with it. We have a few different options. We have our standard sort of PC cable is what I kind of call these, but plug into the wall cable, so that's great. And then you also get this guy, which is a combo plug. So nice big beefy XT60 connector. And then you have a split tail here on your solar as well. So from a AC perspective, you can plug this guy in the wall. You can set it up so that it does your turbo charge. So there's a few different options. You can charge quickly if you need it. And then from a solar input, this is pretty awesome, and I'm glad they've done this. So one, you get a pretty awesome awesome quality cable, nice and thick, well insulated. But you've got double inputs here now, because your XT60 plug here now is up to 1,000 watts. So you can have 1,000 watts. I've got my over there, that's a 400 watt panel. So I could have two of those guys running via our splitter that comes with, straight into this guy, and we've still got room to move. So that's really cool to see, the bigger MPPT that they've got built into this guy somehow with the smaller form factor. That's pretty cool. The other really good thing, so you're up to 20 amps there, so you can do 20 amps at 60 volts. So that's the big thing. Some of the earlier, I think even BLUETTI, but some of the other earlier brands as well, the floor limit there for your volts was much lower. So it sort of limited the types of panels that you could use. But the good thing now is with the V2 is you've now got a massive range. So 12 to 60 watt panel, 60 volt panels is pretty much going to cover anything that's portable. Like a couple of the versions we've got out here, they're going to run on this, no worries at all. You can just literally, just like I've got over here, these are the guys plugged in. I'll do a bit of a live demo. They're in the sun over there, so we should get a bit of juice out of it. We can plug that in, it'll kick into gear here. There we go, we can start to see that's firing up. 200 watts, 260, 290, 303. So yeah, so that'll find it's the multi-point, that'll find the best spot, but you can see there we're already putting in 300 and something from over there. They're probably not completely optimized, just hanging out on the dune over there, but at the moment we're 320. So yeah, that's a really big plus for the inputs, I think, the fact that you can do that. The other reason I think for that voltage range is the fact that you can now plug it in to your car. So you can get those connectors so it'll plug into your cigarette lighter, and you can charge it via your car cigarette lighter plug as well. So pretty awesome to see. Okay, so let's get on to showing you what the app is. So that is the way to go here. We'll just bring it up on the screen. You can do a full online mode there as well. I normally just do the offline. We've got a few things going on here. Oh, there's our fridge there, but this is the Elite 200 V2, and it will Bluetooth connect in here. So it's great if you're, even if, you know, in from the swag there at a night time, I can sort of dial in the morning, see if the solar's picked up yet, that sort of stuff. But there it is, there's the app going on, and you can see on here, it gives you a whole bunch of information, everything that you need. We can see there's our PV coming in, nice little animation showing that. DC, nothing happening there at the moment. AC, nothing happening there, and of course we're not plugged into grid. So I'll leave that there, and we might, we'll plug a few things into this in just a second, and I'll show you kind of how it works. You can go into your settings here as well. It does have our working mode here, so we've got a few options there as far as the UPS, so universal power supply. If you're running it off electronics you don't want to go down, you've got options there. Here's that charging mode we're talking about. So we're on just that standard eco. You can do silent, or there's that turbo mode that'll charge it like crazy, so that's cool. You can turn your power lifting on if you're looking to use it for power tools and stuff like that, and you need that extra energy at startup of the device. You've got your eco as well. So what this does, this helps with your shutdown. So if you're a goose like me and you leave your AC turned on and it sucks that extra juice by standby because of the conversion, you can, which is, you know, that's pretty sort of standard. You can have that so it'll automatically shut that down for you. So it'll go, okay, well, I'm going to limit the amount of standby current coming out of AC, for example. And also you can customize, okay, well, I want AC to turn itself down after a certain amount of time of not being used. So that's a really cool feature. And then similarly, you can do that with your DC as well. Alrighty, I reckon let's get on to doing some tests with this so I can kind of show you how this would work. We're up at a place called Double Island at the moment. If you're in Queensland, you're probably familiar. Just before Fraser Island or Gary, that's probably more familiar, but just south of that. And we are in a full standard camp setup, so there is no movie magic going on here. You know, we've got swags hanging out over here, all of the bits and pieces. And so I've been using this as the only power source, because if you've been following along with the final build on the D-Max, it's looking a little bare here, and there's certainly no power option. So this has been working great guns. And so far this trip, we're a day and a bit in, this is kind of how I've been doing. So I thought I'd plug the stuff in that I've kind of had plugged in just before I started doing this video and kind of show you how it all works. So this is kind of like a scenario that maybe you might have, or like a legit sort of live scenario of, you know, a typical camp setup. So we've got a few of the old Ryobi batteries going on. I think that's plugged in, yep, so that's working. Just charging those up during the day from lights and stuff at night and fans. So we can see there's some energy going on there, 79 watts or so coming out of the DC. I've been running induction with this guy. That's probably why we're down at 60 odd, and that's been working fine. Normally uses about 1,000 watts odd with the induction. And then I'm full gasless these days, going with not having to muck around with any of that since the big D-Max setup, and I thought, bugger it, let's have a go with the BLUETTI and see if we can replicate. And so far, so good. Like, we've got some good sun. This thing reckons it'll be full in 3 odd hours at the moment with the DC working. I'll show you the kettle working where AC's on, and we'll just turn the kettle on. Chewing a buttload of AC. This is probably the thing that uses the most in my experience. You can see there on the app as well, we are using a fair whack there, but you can see all 3 of those working too. We've got, 200 and whatever coming in here with a bit of sun from our panels, bit of shade there at the moment, that'll ramp up. We've got DC charging because we've got our Ryobi batteries charging over there, and then we've got no AC coming in, but we've got AC going out to the tune of 1900 watts. Shows it there on the app there as well. Yeah, nice and easy. I'll wait till this kettle boils. We do have about, what's that, just over a litre, so maybe 1.1 litres or something there. I won't make you sit through this part, but I'll boil that kettle. Where we started at 68%, and I'll fast forward this part and let you know what we get to for using an electric kettle, super cheapy old Kmart job, and see how much energy it uses from this big power bank. All right, sit rep. I can see some bubbles happening in there. Just gently pull that up. This will stop any second, no doubt. Keep an eye on our juice. There we go, we heard the click, we've dropped to nothing, and there we go, 63%. So we used 5%, if I can remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that was 68, but 5% to boil a kettle there. And so yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea. Obviously that is almost 2000 watts for the kettle. That is about as most as an appliance as you're gonna use, really. Like, I mean, your induction cookers, this thing caps out at about that, I think, 2000. Yeah, there you go, 2000, but I don't know, in my experience with the inductions, you're not using anywhere near that. Oh, that burns the heck out of your food. I normally have this set at about that 1000 mark. So it's sort of half the kettle, I guess, running, but hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea. I mean, anything less than that, I mean, you could technically run a bloody microwave or this, or like a toaster or something, if that's your thing. Like, you've got so many options with that. Using 5%, you've got half decent sun over there. It's only mid-morning here, and from last night, I pretty much only just plugged this in just before the video. Last night we were, kettle for washing up, induction cooking for dinner, and then again this morning, kettle for coffees, induction cooking for bacon and eggs, and that's kind of where we landed at that 68% odd mark just before we started doing the video. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of kind of power consumption with the size of this, as far as how much energy density, how much storage it has. It pretty well makes that possible. But yeah, let me know what you reckon. Would you consider going for one of these and then running gasless and just literally running 240 volt, running your kettle, Starlink that's also hanging over there, and an induction cooking? I don't know, I feel like it's probably possible. What do you reckon? So that about wraps this one up. That is the look at the BLUETTI 200 V2, the upgrade with all the bits and pieces. If you're in the market for said battery bank or anything from BLUETTI, check out the links in the video description down below. They do have some discounts going on and a bunch of sales coming up as well that I've got a bit of a code for to save you some bucks, which is always handy. But other than that, guys, as always, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.